Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I thought I would share a few updates with you. Uh, just some reminders. You know about all these things, but sometimes it's good to have them all in one spot. Don't forget that Max Brolier will be here today. Uh, He is visiting the schools that had the highest summer reading minutes. Today he's at Calvert and Gray, and tomorrow he's at Conley and Odom. But if you're not at one of those schools, you are welcome to come this evening and bring your kids. Be sure, I hope some of you have some parents that are bringing kids from your campus, and it should be uh, a lot of fun. Register on ePortal and you can get PD credit for coming. Don't forget that Friday we have Donalyn Miller as our guest, thanks to Scholastic Book Fairs. Her topic is Access to Books, Game Changer for Kids. She'll be at Emma Campbell Teaching Theater, and be sure to register for that so that you can get credit for that as well. And we'll see you on Friday. Global Maker Day is next week. We have some activities together. If you click on the Google Drive icon, when I send you this presentation, you can see the awesome list that has been curated by Elizabeth and Tori, and we thank them for giving us lots of great ideas for Global Maker Day. Next week's also Read for the Record. Most of our pre-K and elementary campuses participate in this with reading the book that has been chosen this year. It's Maybe Something Beautiful. Be sure to register if you're going to do this so that your classes that read are counted for this. This is a book about beautifying a neighborhood with art. So this is something that actually secondary folks you might want to look at as well, because it's got some some great activities. You might even turn it into a maker activity. Speaking of turning it into a maker activity, I think elementary and pre-K people, you could kind of combine several things together next week. Read for the Record and Global Maker Day. As you know, we're doing an art collaboration this year with several books and the library and an art project, because most of our elementary schools don't have art teachers this year. And the first book is Maybe Something Beautiful, which is Read for the Record. And then the art collaboration is to create a neighborhood using geometric shapes to create buildings, and then to put them all together to make a mural. You'll see all of that detailed in the video that the art teachers have done in their video series Talk About It. And there are also some activities, some additional activities here that were curated by Neely Haynes at Kajawa EC Pre-K. Again, I think that these are things that could be expanded to our secondary folks as well. If you're an elementary school person, bring a tote bag that will hold books, because the books for these art collaborations will be available for you to pick up at our meeting on Friday at M.O. Campbell. Saturday is TCCA, and I hope that most of you will be there to get some technology education. Thanks to these people who are going to be in the TCCA playground. You see their topics. They will be there in the morning. They're in the 2 sessions after the general speaker. And be sure and stop by and learn from them and give them your support. We also have these sessions being presented throughout the day by our ILS. And of course, there are hundreds of other awesome sessions that you can attend at TCCA. Monica, the ILS at Escamilla, is in charge of the social media lounge, so be sure and stop by and say hi to her and support her efforts by tweeting using these hashtags. And I would ask that you add Aldine Libraries to your hashtags as well. I'd also like to thank these ILS who have volunteered for the conference. All of you who are volunteers or speakers and volunteers, I will have your TCCA polo shirt at our meeting on Friday for you to pick up. Our first Makerspace video, edited and created by Aldine Broadcast Network, is available. If you click on this page, you'll see the video if you haven't already looked at it. Jessica at Shotwell, we appreciate you being the first ILS to allow us to tape you. What Jessica's students said and what Jessica said about starting a makerspace and working in a makerspace could not have been better if it had been scripted. The students were excited about being in the space. Jessica gave awesome details about starting out small with a maker club and now this having developed into something where students are making at lunch every day. So be sure and watch this if you haven't. Our next episode will be highlighting maker activities at Eisenhower 9th and Smith Elementary. And we are going to videotape that in the next couple of weeks. Elizabeth and Monica will get with you about that soon. And then for episode 3, we don't know who's next. So if you're interested in us coming and videotaping at your school and highlighting some of the maker education that you have going on, please let me know. So we were supposed to have our webinar number 3 with Laura Fleming during district staff development on October 5th. And because I didn't go to the school that week and make sure that the Google Hangout would work on the Promethean board, as you know, we had technical difficulty. I will totally claim responsibility for that goof up. I should have double checked on those. Those were new boards. They haven't been used for everything, and so there were just Google Hangout settings that weren't set up right, and I apologize again for that. But I hope you had just some good conversation with the people in your room in lieu of the webinar. We are going to do the third webinar on November 15th. That will be an hour of PD credit, and then you will have additional PD credit for completing the tasks in the book that Laura and I want you to do. Someone asked me, could we get credit for reading the book? And I emailed them back and said, no, it was part of the PD. And then after we had the mix up on October 5th, I'm like, well, okay, let's just make this some more hours. So it's going to be a Schoology course, and I will post that in ePortal, probably not till next week, just because this week is crazy and I may not be in my office long enough to do it. But anyway, it'll be up there by the beginning of next week. And basically you're just not doing anything extra, just doing what is expected of you to do in parts of the book, and you're just going to submit it in Schoology so that we have a record of it and can give you some PD credit. So I hope that works out for everybody. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or a text. Hope to see you all on Friday. Bye.